What's going on, guys? So here in this box is a used Xbox Series S that I bought from eBay, and as you probably know, the Xbox Series S is one of Microsoft's next-gen consoles, and so there aren't a whole lot of used Series S's on the market. This console right here is actually the cheapest one I could find on eBay, and as you can see from the picture on the screen right now, it also has a pretty interesting skin on the console. And so basically when I saw this console on eBay and saw it had the skin on it and it was the cheapest Series S on eBay, I just knew I had to pick it up and see what's up. And as you can probably guess, even though it was the cheapest Series S on eBay, it was still more expensive than a brand new Series S at retail price. I think I paid about $410 for it, including shipping and tax, so pretty steep. But when you consider the fact that a PS5 and Series X are going for like $800 to $1,000, not too terrible. Now before we unbox this console and check it out, I want to thank Skillshare, who is sponsoring this video. If you're not familiar with Skillshare, they're an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. There's a lot of other online learning communities out there with classes for sale, but one of my favorite aspects of Skillshare is the fact that every single class is included for less than $10 per month. So basically, if you start a class and you don't like it, you can just move on to another one. Personally, as a YouTuber, being creative is a necessity, whether it's coming up with cool edits for videos or just coming up with new ideas for videos. I've personally been taking a few classes related to video editing, success on YouTube, and even a few classes on stock trading. One class in particular that I've enjoyed is called Storytelling Through Film: How to Create Engaging Videos for YouTube. This class is taught by Thomas Dyer, who is actually the video editor for the YouTube channel called Yes Theory. And at the moment I'm making this video, they have more than 6 million subscribers, so you know they're doing something right. While Yes Theory's videos are obviously in a completely different genre from mine, I've enjoyed seeing Thomas outline how he makes Yes Theory's videos so engaging to watch. So if you're interested in learning through Skillshare's ad-free portfolio of classes, check out the link below because the first 1,000 viewers who sign up will get a free trial. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and unbox this thing now, and as you can tell, I covered up the shipping label for obvious reasons, and just first look at this thing, it looks like it's packaged pretty well, which is a good sign. As you can see, it looks pretty normal on all sides, taped up pretty well, much better than most packages I get from eBay. So I'm impressed from that standpoint. Now let's go ahead and see if we can get this thing opened up. Alright guys, so I have all the tape cut, and before we actually open it up, I want to just make sure you have all the details. So like I said, I paid about $410 for this thing. It's used. It has a USA flag skin on it, which I thought was really interesting. I just knew I had to pick it up when I saw that. And yeah, it's supposed to be in the original box and everything. But yeah, let's check it out. So, it actually looks like it looks like they actually shipped it in the original Microsoft box. So I guess they got this box from Microsoft, used it. In the description they said they used it for like a month, and then, for whatever reason they don't want it anymore. But it looks like they actually shipped it to me in the original Microsoft box, which is a good sign. And the first thing I saw inside the box was actually the packing slip, so I just threw that away. And here is the console. Let's go ahead and flip it all the way around. And it looks like it's in pretty good condition at first look. There is a cut right there, and to be honest, I think that cut right there might be from me slicing open the box, so that's unfortunate, but luckily I didn't go too deep. And yeah, Microsoft packages these things really well, so it's super easy for them to ship to me. And yeah, it looks brand new. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this box out of the outer box. All right, so here it is. Here's the Series S box. Let's just take a look at it, make sure it's in good condition and everything. So we already saw the top, and as I mentioned, I think I sliced it a little bit when I was cutting open the outer box. Of course, you got 120 FPS, no disc, 512 gigabytes SSD. Let's check out the top. Top again just shows the console and the controller. On the side here it tells us what's included, and I believe it comes with everything that it originally came with. So it's got the console, the controller, the HDMI cable, the power cable, and of course its wireless networking capability. I don't even know why it's advertised as a feature nowadays, because at this point, if you sell a device that doesn't have wireless internet capabilities, then why are you even selling it? But here on the back looks good as well. It looks like a brand new box. Looks like it hasn't been damaged or anything, which is good. But just some details. It has the Xbox Velocity architecture, play thousands of digital games. As I've said, it's all digital, no disc. That's why it's so cheap, or part of the reason why it's so cheap. Next gen form factor, Xbox Game Pass as well. And yeah, I actually have one of these that I bought from GameStop a while back. I'll go ahead and link that video in the description. But this thing is actually an extremely small console. I'm impressed by how small it was. But let's go ahead and open this box up and see what's inside. So here it is, and there is the American flag Xbox Series S. That's so interesting. I don't know how. There's a lot of questions running through my mind. How did somebody buy a Series S, and within the month that they bought it and then sold it, they decided to put an American flag skin on it? you do you, but I thought it was funny. So power your dreams. They still got this little strap here included. Check out the accessories first, make sure we got everything. So we have our power cable, that's good. And what else we got in here? Oh, I actually don't think we have, I don't think they included the HDMI cable. That's questionable. Got our little, that's not even a manual, that's just a product and regulatory guide. I'm pretty sure it comes with a manual as well, which I don't see. Maybe it's further down. But my first concern is there's no HDMI cable. It's not really a concern because I have, to be honest guys, I have like 25 HDMI cables, but we have our power cable, we have our controller. Let's just take a look at this controller first and see what kind of condition it's in. All right, so here's the controller. It is the Series S controller because it's white, and you can just kind of tell by the layout of the controller. You have your 3 buttons in the middle, and it feels like it's never been used, to be honest. Every button clicks just fine. I don't see any like scuffs or marks or anything. Let's see if it has batteries in here. Yep, got 2 Duracell batteries, so that's good. If you've seen my videos where I unbox GameStop consoles, GameStop always includes the crappiest batteries, but luckily Microsoft includes good batteries with their controllers. So the controller looks really good. Impressed with that. No complaints there. Hopefully it turns on and works. I guess we can go ahead and, yeah, you can already see it has power, so that's good. All right, so here's what everybody wants to see: the Xbox Series S with the USA skin on it. Let's see how we can pull this thing out. So first of all, yeah, there's nothing else hidden under there, so no HDMI cable. I don't know if they just forgot to include it or the person who sold it just needed an extra HDMI cable. I don't know. Not a big deal to me, but I'm sure somebody would have gotten screwed if they sent it without an HDMI cable, because I still know a lot of people that don't really have HDMI cables. So it comes in the original plastic wrapping, I guess I'll call it. And here it is. The Xbox Series S with the USA skin. It's a really interesting skin too. It's not just your plain old USA flag skin. It's like, I don't even know how you describe it. It just has some other details to it. And it's all around the console too. Let me just zoom in a little bit so we can see each side of this thing. I mean, I guess the good thing about a skin is it helps the console not get scratched up if you have it in a dangerous place. But yeah, here's the front. You have your USB port, your sync button, your on button. And the skin actually looks like it's peeling off a little bit on the sides. On the bottom here, you got your skin that covers up, most of the console, except it leaves open the vent, which is a good thing, obviously. And on the sides as well, it leaves the vents open, which is good to see because you don't want those to be covered up. And then here on the top, we have our big large vent, which also leaves open. And then you got your little Xbox logo here. It looks like the skin was applied fairly well. It looks like it was off a little bit. It's kind of overlapping on this side of the fan, and you can see some gaps over here, but I mean, not a big deal to me. And then here on the back, let's see what we got. So of course we have our Ethernet plug, 2 USBs, HDMI out, storage expansion, power, and I believe, I'm not sure where the warranty sticker on this thing is, because I would be interested to see if it's been opened up. I highly doubt it because this thing has only been out for a few months now. But yeah, we got our manufacturer date, which is November 13th, 2020. Super recent, obviously. And yeah, I mean, everything looks good so far. It's really hard to tell how the console looks just because it's covered up by a skin. I guess there's a chance that the console got damaged under the skin and they put a skin over it to cover up the damage. I highly doubt that's what happened, but maybe that is what happened. But yeah, so far so good. Let's go ahead and plug this thing in, test it out, and make sure it actually works. Alright guys, so I got everything plugged in, which includes my Ethernet cable, my HDMI cable, which is my actual HDMI cable because they didn't include one, and then also a power cable. And here's the controller up close and personal, and as I mentioned earlier, looks really good, no scuffs, no scratches, nothing like that. Looks brand new pretty much. And here's the console. So here's a up close and personal look at this skin. As I mentioned and as you've seen, American flag, but I guess it's like I really don't know how to describe it. It's an American flag, but it's got some other design to it. And yeah, all right guys, so let's go ahead and boot this thing up now and see if it works. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. There it goes. We got our boot up noise. Hopefully it pops up on my screen. I guess we can connect my controller as well. There it is, preparing console. Do not turn off or unplug your console. So it's just doing its little boot up process right now, and I guess it'll take us to the setup screen. I'm assuming this person you know, reset the console so there's not a bunch of data on here, but I guess we'll see. Alright, so here we are. We can configure our Xbox now, and the first thing I need to do is actually get this controller connected, which I guess that it's been unsynced. So let me try to sync it with the console, and there it goes. So next up, we can press the start button and just kind of start up our startup process here. Connecting to my network is super easy because I'm using an Ethernet cable. And next, I got to sign into my Microsoft account. So let me go ahead and do that. I think I can actually do that on my phone, so it's easier. Yep. So I'll use another device, just sign in on my phone, and I'll come back once I'm signed in. All right, so I'm all signed in now. Pretty easy to do. Like I said, just did it on my phone. All right, so I signed in, set everything up, set up our TV resolution. Let's go ahead and take me home. So here it is. Here is the home menu, and it looks good. Everything's working so far. Controller looks good. Xbox Game Pass, games and apps. I guess the one thing that was nice is I actually did not have to do an update when I booted this thing up. A lot of times with Xboxes, you have to, do an update as soon as you boot them up for the first time. But maybe it just been updated so recently that I didn't need to. So I guess the only way we're going to test the game is by downloading one, because clearly there is no disc tray here, so I can't put in a disc to try it out. So I actually have Xbox Game Pass. So let me go ahead and open that up, and we'll just download a game from here and check it out. I've never actually played Banjo-Kazooie. Must be a classic because it's a 360 game, so it must be a good game. I imagine it shouldn't take too long to download either. 576 megabytes, nice. So that should almost download instantly. Not quite instantly, but pretty quickly. Yeah, look at that. It's almost done already. Boom. That's what I call quick service, guys. So Banjo-Kazooie, let's go ahead and test out this game and make sure it works. So classic, we got our Xbox 360 startup screen, and I think sometimes when you start playing 360 games, you can actually boot up, like when you press the home button, it'll actually boot up the 360 like guide button instead of the Series S, which is kind of just nostalgic and cool. I mean, you got the little sign-in notification. That one is what they showed on the 360. So while it's setting up its info, though, let me just show you this monitor arm I have right now. It's got a gas spring arm to it. I'll put a link down in the description. It's from a company called Autumn Tech. Pretty nice, though. I can move my screen all around in pretty much any direction, but I've been using it for a while now. Super nice. So here it is, Banjo-Kazooie. To be honest, guys, I don't even know what kind of game this is. I know it's pretty popular, or was popular at some point, but I've literally never played it. So here it is. Yeah, this game definitely looks old. So we'll do play game. I thought I clicked the button to play the game, but apparently not. Alright, so we're back to the screen again. Hopefully I pressed the right button this time and don't kick myself back to the main menu. So play game. I could have sworn I pressed play game last time. Alright guys, so here we are, booted up and playing. I have no idea what controls are. I'm assuming A is jump, yep. And then there's some groundhog dude. What is going on? Bottles. The short-sighted mole. Oh, he's a mole, not a groundhog. Alright, so these guys have been talking to each other for like 2 minutes, just talking trash basically. And I think I'm about to actually do something. I gotta meet this dude at the top of the spiral mountain. I don't know why he can't just take me there. So X is like some kind of lame looking punch maybe. This game looks like it'd be pretty fun actually. I might actually have to go and start playing this. What is that? That's a giant carrot. Let's go back to our home menu. So that game does work. I know it's not a super graphically intense game, but I am impressed how quiet the Series S is. I know it's underpowered compared to the Series X and there's no disc tray, but honestly guys, if you like digital, I think Series S is the way to go. I mean, this thing is so small, so quiet. I'm definitely impressed with what Microsoft's done with this thing. Now, let's try out a couple other things just to make sure everything's working. I believe somewhere in here you can configure your controller. Yep, so it's right here. You can actually test out each button. So let's test them all out and make sure they all work. Click the joysticks, every direction, D-pad. Oh, whoops. Apparently pressing that button does not register, it just pulls up the share menu. And yeah, so everything works. That's good. We'll back out now. And obviously our internet works because it downloaded the game super fast. I actually want to see how fast that download speed was, because it was so fast that I couldn't even see the download speed. So alright, so we're downloading Fallout New Vegas now. Let's go back and see how quickly this game downloads, or at least what kind of download speeds we got. So we got, what do you got, 128 right now, 125. We're almost to 200. Now, it should be faster than this. I have Google Fiber, so I'm supposed to get a gigabit up and a gigabit down, but it's always slower than that. All right, there we go, 300. So that's not bad. We're actually getting up to 350 almost. I'm gonna be honest, guys, that's actually the fastest speeds I've ever seen downloaded on the Xbox. Usually it's like no more than 250, but I saw it get up to 450, so that's good. You got fast internet, you can download some games fast. I mean, fast internet is almost essential at this point in time with games these large, and every console that requires updates and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, it looks like the console is working and everything. Controller works great, console works great, super quiet. You can feel the fan and some heat coming out, but it's so quiet that you just cannot even hear it. Of course, we have this skin, which is pretty interesting. I kind of want to take the skin off and just see what's under it to make sure that, you know, it wasn't damaged on the underside or something, and then they put the skin on to cover up the damage. I don't know. So let me go ahead and take the skin off, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, guys, so I'm actually going to show it to you while I'm taking the skin off. It's actually peeling up from the sides a little bit already, so I think we can take it off pretty easily. All right, guys, so here it is. I did have to take the camera away because I needed 2 hands, but there's the skin. It came all off in one piece, and it looks decent below. I do see a few scratches and scuffs. You might not really can see them on camera very well, but it's a little bit dirty. I've actually noticed that the vents are pretty dusty, which is kind of odd for this thing only being a couple months old. I don't know if it was just in a really dusty place or used a lot or what, but you probably can't see it on camera, but the vent is pretty dusty. Now, I guess I'll try to take off this front one as well, which will probably be even more difficult, but, you know, we'll see what happens. All right, so the front one was a lot easier to take off when I put the camera down, and I just pulled it in one strip, and yeah, looks good. No issues. I guess the only one I have left now is on the bottom, so let me go ahead and take the bottom one off as well. All right, so I finally got the one on the bottom off. The one on the bottom was actually the most difficult one, and here's my ball of skin, or the skin. And yeah, the bottom was hard to get off because it was just such a large surface area, and it looks like it left a little bit of residue on that rubber pad there, but overall not bad. You know, doesn't look like there's any issues underneath the console. But yeah, I mean, everything looks good. Console works great. The controller works great as well. And yeah, I'm impressed. You know, unfortunately, I paid $410 for this thing, which is pretty steep considering a brand new one is $300. But that's just what they're going for nowadays, since they're hard to find. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and also hit that join button as well if you want to support the channel monetarily, so I can buy more consoles like this. They cost a lot of money, so any support is appreciated. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.